For our next final, we head to the SCG, where it will be one hell of a battle of the bridge between two fierce rivals from the Harbour City. In another massive opportunity for the AFL to be able to promote the game to New South Wales, and for New South Wales' fiercest rivalry to grow, it will be the Swans and the Giants in a battle to see who will make the preliminary final. Now, before getting into the overall main matchups of this, just a little bit of background details. This will be the fourth final the Swans and Giants have played against each other since 2016. And these two obviously have history in the regular season, and you look at how these two act with each other, and you overall look at just how, in general, their social media teams have acted, how their players talk about each other. There's bad blood. There is bad blood with these two. These two genuinely do not like each other. Swans fans think the Giants shouldn't even be in the league at the moment. They think there should only be one New South Wales team. And Giants fans think the Swans are just rich, spoiled assholes who just get what they want all the time. All in all, it leads to a very interesting and dynamic affair. Talking about the Swans, they are the 1 seed and have deservedly earned the minor premiership this year for a good reason. Now, as I mentioned before, the last 3 teams that were the minor premier went on to win the flag. So no pressure, Sydney. It's right there for you. All you gotta do is take it. On paper, this is your year. It's time to take it. In the midfield, I think they've got the best midfield in the game at the moment, legitimately. With Chad Warner, Isaac Heaney, and Errol Goulden leading the coalface, along with one of the recruits of the year in Brodie Grundy. He's slowed down a lot in the second half, but I'm confident that he can get up to the steaming red-hot form he was in at the beginning of the season in this final series. In the defense, you have a very strong and very formidable unit with Tom McCartan, Dane Rampy, Lewis Malcolm, and the Lizard, Nick Blakey leading the charge. One that can cause nightmares for all opposition involved. The forward line has 2 key tools in Joel Marty and Logan McDonald, but they, aside from a 9-goal haul against Adelaide by Joel Marty, they aren't the reason as to why the Swans are the minor premiers and the favourites to win this year's flag. That will come from their small forward lineup, led by Tom Papley. The only forward and half threat in that department as well. But a big change that has seriously fired up their forward line dilemma and fixed it, as it was looking like a genuine issue at one point in that little period where they had a little malaise, the Swans, was the horse bringing in Luke Parker into the forward line, and he has just given them a spike and a scoring boost since then, which has been nice to see. The GWS Giants, they have a lot of midfielders standing in the way. You have the 2 Greens, who will be such a threat, and also Stephen Coniglio, Finn Callahan, and Josh Kelly will be threats in the midfield, led by Kieran Briggs, a strong, stone-cold ruck who has been talked about as one of the best in the game this year, and for good reason. A little bit of a bad outing against the Bulldogs, but I'm confident that he can bounce back from that. The defending line is led by one of the best key intercepting defenders in the game in Sam Taylor, along with Connor Nash, Harry Himmelberg, and Jack Buckley leading a strong, stop, cold hard defense. The forward line, a Coleman medalist, which is just so good to see in Jesse Hogan, along with one of the more deadlier small forward brigades in Darcy Jones and Harrison Jones. An absolute, and Brent Daniels, one of the best small forwards in the game, reaping havoc. Also, don't forget that Toby Green can go in the forward line and play definitely as a small, which is something the Giants can use to their favour. Now, when it comes to overall matchups, as much as I really rate the Giants midfield and I think they can do damage, it's not to the level of the Swans midfield. The Swans midfield is the best in the game, and I think at the coalface they'll get it done brutally. When it comes to the Giants defenders and Swans forwards, going into this recording, I thought the Giants could have an upper hand in this, but the more I think about it, I think it's even. Because the Swans play a lot like Collingwood. Collingwood last year didn't have an elite small forward, elite tall forward, but I think it worked in their favour, as they had a million smalls who could pick up the ball and generate scoring shots at their high. The Swans work in that same fashion and have been using that to get their scores all game, and that is something I think the taller Giants defenders could definitely be rolling at, and something that could definitely get them on their heels. But if they are in the right place, they could also stop it. When it comes to the Giants forwards and Swans defenders, I can't decide, and this is another solely even part of the ground in my opinion, because the Giants have the Coleman medalists, or some of the more elite small forwards in the game that could definitely worry the Swans, but I think the Swans' intercept marking ability and overall defensive pressure is some of the best in the game as well. So once again, just like Babel, it could go either way. Overall, these two teams are so bounced, so even against each other. You are grasping at straws legitimately to decide a winner. But I'm going the Swans by 11 points after looking at this. I just think two things. I've been a believer all year that the winner of this season will be whoever is first at the halfway point, and the Swans have been the best team since the halfway point. I think they're rolling again. I just think that even with that potential forward line problem, I think their smalls can get it done and really make the Giants defenders rolling. And two, I just think regardless of the Giants on paper having a better list than the Swans, I just think the Swans' belief at this point is just insane. And I think it's just up there. They just know how to win games. They go in knowing they're the favourite every time, and I think they embrace it every time. They know they're the favourites, and I think they know they can live up to that. So yeah, but without a doubt, with these matchups, only a few things have to turn the Giants' way. Just Jesse Hogan has to have a big game. Their smalls have to wreak havoc. They can stop the Swan small forward and they will win this game. Just small things have to go their way, but I think Sydney will win it. It's going to be one hell of a game. The winner will be headed to a preliminary final and will have bragging rights in the city of Sydney, unless a potential grand final between these two happens, which would be something else. So yeah, these two are so evenly bounced over the park. It's going to be one hell of a game.